In this video, we are going to look at an optimization problem. So in this particular instance, we've got a car rental agency. It says it rents 440 cars per day at a rate of $30 per day. So 440 cars, and then the rate is $30 per day. All right, but they go on to tell us for each dollar increase in rate, so this is my rate here. So if we take that $30, and we don't know how many dollars we're going to add, so we're just going to say $1 added X times, so the new rate would be 30 plus 1X. It says 10 fewer cars are rented. So we no longer have 440 cars rented. We have 10 fewer times however many dollar increases that we've made. So that would get us the number of cars. Now it says at what rate should the cars be rented to produce the maximum income? So we're looking for, I'm just going to use I for income. So my income would be however many cars I rent, which we're saying is the expression 440 minus 10x, multiplied by how much they rent each day. And in this case, that would be the expression of 30 plus, I'm just going to call it x instead of a 1x. Now, I'm going to actually FOIL that out so that I can get an overall equation. So 440 times 30 would give me 13,200. On the outside, I get plus 440x. On the inside, I get minus 300x. And then on my last terms, I get a negative 10x squared. So when I combine, let's keep that as an I. When I combine like terms, and I'm actually going to go ahead and pull the negative 10x squared to the front just to put them in order. I've got a negative 10x squared. 440 minus 300 will leave me with a 140x, and then I have plus the 13,200. So again, anytime we're talking about maximums or minimums, those are going to occur at the critical points, which come from taking a first derivative. So now if I go ahead and take the derivative, when I pull the 2 to the front, that becomes negative 20, and then that's x to the first. And then plus 140 times x, the derivative of that would be just 140. And then the derivative of the constant is 0. So if I set my first derivative equal to 0 so that I can solve, I'm going to add 20x to both sides. So 140 is going to equal 20x. And then when I divide both sides by 20, I'm going to get x is equal to 7. So they're wanting to know what the maximum income will be and how much they're going to charge per day. So if x is 7, and I come back to this rate right here, if it originally was $30 and I'm going to add 7 $1 increases, then that means my rent is going to be $37 per day. And so then to figure out what my total income is, if I go back to my original income equation, I've got the negative 10 times I'm plugging in my x of 7, so that would be times 7 squared, plus 140 times the 7, plus 13,200. So the 7 squared would give me 49, times the negative 10 would be negative 490. My 140 times 7 is going to be plus 980, and then of course I have plus 13,200. So if I combine all of those, I'm going to be left with a maximum income of $13,690. So they never asked how many cars I would rent, but if they did, I just plug back into here, and you'd go 440 minus 10 times 7 would be 70 cars, but they didn't ask for that in this case, so we'll stop there.